Wow, this forest is amazing. Look at those patterns around me. Those branches of those trees seems grow in a similar way, with a smaller branches growing out of larger one in a repeating pattern. It's like a practical pattern.
Hi there! Are you enjoying the forest?
Yes, it's incredible. I've been noticing all of those patterns around me. Um, have you ever noticed the fractal pattern in the tree?
Yes, I have. It's fascinating, isn't it? Fractal patterns can be found in many places in nature, from the veins of the leaves to the patterns of seashells.
It's amazing to think that there are mathematical principles at work in a natural world.
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why I became a park ranger, to share the wonder of nature with others.
I can see why. It's truly a treasure to be able to experience those patterns firsthand.
Yes, it is. There is always something new to discover. Who knows what other patterns we might find out here today?
Look at the flower. It's perfectly symmetrical petals.
Yeah, it's beautiful, but why does it matter?
Well, it's not about aesthetic. The symmetrical of the petals is an example of patterns that can be found throughout nature. Um, it's result of mathematical principles and equations that govern the natural world.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and it's not just symmetric. Have you ever noticed the spiral pattern on a snail shell? That's another example of a pattern in nature that based on the Fibonacci sequence, a numerical pattern that can be seen in many different natural phenomena.
Wow, that's fascinating. I really had no idea that math played such a big role in the nature.
It's really those. By studying the pattern we observe in nature, we can gain a deeper understanding of the mathematical principles that shape the world around us. It's a reminder that everything in nature can be connected and follows a certain rules and patterns, even if they not always obvious to us at first glance. Wow, look at those trees over there. See how those branches are growing in a repeating pattern with the smaller branches growing out of the larger one?
Yeah, it's like their fractal patterns. I remember learning about that in math class. A fractal is a shape that repeats at different scales.
Exactly. And look at those plants over there. Many of them had a symmetrical arrangement of petals or leaves. It's like each part is perfectly balanced and identical.
That's a symmetrical pattern. I remember learning about that in class. It's amazing how we can see our patterns in nature too.
Hey, check those snail over there. Look at those spiral pattern on its snail. That's an example of Fibonacci sequence.
I remember that one too. It's a numerical pattern that can be seen in arrangement of leaves and a stem, the branching patterns of the trees, and even the shapes of seashells.
Yeah, I know it's fascinating how we can see those patterns in nature. It's like it's like there's mathematical rule behind of everything.
Yeah, it's like the natural world is governed by mathematical principles. It makes me wonder what other patterns we haven't discovered yet.
Definitely, I think we need to keep exploring and observing to gain a deeper understanding of the natural world and the mathematical rules that shape it.
Agreed. The more we learn, the more we appreciate the beauty and the complexity of nature. And what's even more incredible is how these patterns are governed by a mathematical rules and equations.
Absolutely, I think it shows us how interconnected everything is in the natural world and how mathematics plays such an important role in understanding it.
It's also interesting to think about how we can apply these patterns and principles to other fields like art and design.
That's true. And it's make me wonder what other pattern and mathematical principle we might discover as we continue to explore and observe the natural world.
It's an exciting thought. Who knows what we might discover next?
Exactly, ma'am. The possibilities are endless. Thank you for sharing this journey with me today, ma'am.
Thank you. It's been a fascinating exploration.
Hey, hey, look, friend. Do you see that thing?
Yeah, what's with that plant?
I just got home from school and our topic earlier was similar on that plant.
What do you mean similar like those patterns?
Yes, you're right, and I was remembered correctly. It's called symmetrical pattern.
Oh really? I didn't know there's such name on those patterns, but is there a specific name on that symmetrical pattern?
Well, I forgot its specific name.
Really, Laika? You already forgot the topic? You're such a doll. It's called reflective symmetry. The leaf of this plant is a reflective symmetry. As you can see, this part of this leaf is a reflection to this part. It has the same shape and also the same size. Therefore, you're correct, Laika. It's symmetry pattern. And to be specific, it's called reflective symmetry.
Thanks, Angel, for covering and reminding me that part.
Oh, I see. Well, do you guys still have another information that you can share to me?
Do you have electric fan from your house? Then you have already an idea that it has pattern, right?
You mean that rotational or radial symmetry?
Yes. How did you know that?
Well, I accidentally flipped my book and read it.
Well, you know, Earl, your electric fan is example of radial symmetry because it is rotated in a certain direction around the point.
Oh, also, Earl, have you seen a snowflake in a microscope?
Yes, as I remember, it has something 6 points or I don't know what do you call that one.
That's called six-fold rotational symmetry because the order of symmetry is 6.
Oh, that's what you call that one. Well, guys, really a big help for that new information. Thank you so much for imparting your knowledge onto me.
No worries, Earl. Just remember that everything has a pattern, and it's like a word, it's full of mystery that needs to be solved.
Yeah. Even now, I still wonder what's await us beneath our land.